Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is James. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the post notifications to be notified of future content. Today we are taking a look at a time lapse of me destroying my Kashyyyk mock just so I can start on my next mock, and I will also be telling the epic story of how I fell and destroyed my face and such. So if that sounds interesting, let's get straight into the video. Alright, first up you can see I am destroying the 3 mini mocks that I created. I have separate videos for all 3 of those on my channel, so feel free to check those out. And next up I will be destroying my Kashyyyk base after the mini mocks are destroyed and organized. This video is filmed over the course of a couple days because taking apart and organizing Lego mocks takes forever. It's not the fun part of building a mock. The fun part is actually building it and looking at it. So for my next mock, I'm actually not fully decided what planet it's going to be on or what kind of mock it's going to be. So feel free to leave a comment of what I should do in the comment section below. I read every comment that I get, and I'll definitely consider any ideas that you guys give me. Alright guys, now for the main reason you probably clicked on this video. You want to hear the story of how I destroyed my face. So keep in mind the time lapse, some of it was filmed before I fell and some was filmed after. So just keep that in mind as you're watching the time lapse while I tell this thing. So I'm going to start out with a little backstory. So basically, me and 2 other friends were on a bike ride. This happened in like around January, and so one of the bike I was riding, actually the handlebar broke, so it kind of twisted and it wouldn't steer the bike anymore. And on top of that, the back wheel actually went flat on the same bike ride and the rim got bent because I was hopping curbs and stuff like that. So we kind of ditched the bike and left it in front of a dumpster by a restaurant, and his dad came and picked us up. We couldn't fit one of the other bikes in his car. Keep in mind, all 3 of these bikes are really old bikes that we were borrowing from him. So we left 2 bikes in front. One bike was perfectly operational at the time, and the other bike was basically garbage that would be thrown out soon. So we left those 2, and we put the nicest bike in the car because it could actually fit in there. It was just like a smaller car, so it couldn't fit as many bikes. So later that week I was on a jog, just kind of training for cross country. So I was jogging by the restaurant where we left the bikes, and I was really surprised to see the bikes were actually still there in front of the dumpster. So I thought, why not take the operational bike home and use it as one of my backup bikes? So sure enough, I hopped on that bike and rode it all the way back home. So in case one of my other bikes broke or something like that. So sure enough, around maybe a month ago, my good bikes, the brake pads actually wore out, and they're kind of a special type of brake pad. So like they're a hard to find brake pad. So a lot of the bike shops in my area don't have the size I need. So it took a really long time to get the brake pads. So I was riding the old bike from my friend. I rode that bike for a really long time, just kind of using it until my other bike was fixed. So that's how I ended up riding on that bike so much. So now on Sunday, actually, Sunday of this week, I was going for a bike ride with my friend Owen, and we went pretty far, like maybe 10 miles, I'd say. And on the bike ride, I was riding the old bike. The bike gave me no trouble until this time. So it was actually, I called it the Old Faithful bike. But then I was just riding along, and the bike, it just decided to betray me. So the wheel turned without the handlebars turning. So it just went and like threw me to the ground, and I like smacked my face on the ground so hard I didn't have time to put my hands out or anything. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what my face looked like at the time. and my knees and legs were all scraped up, and my forearms. Nothing happened to my hands though, because I didn't even have time to put my hands out, because this bike just betrayed me. It's like a really old bike, probably from the 90s. Just betrayed me and pushed me onto the ground. And so I got up and I'm like really hurt. There's like blood dripping from my face, and like people are looking at me passing like, wow, that must have hurt. And so I'm like, well, we've got to get back. And we were at like almost the farthest point. We were like at the halfway point of our bike ride. So it was like we had to get home. So I mean, I rode back. It was kind of hurting a bit. And when I got back, you know, put on Neosporin and that kind of thing. I'm really lucky though that I didn't break any teeth, anything like that. I felt like I broke my nose, but it wasn't, so that was really fortunate. So it's nothing permanent, just scratches and scabs and kind of burn marks. It'll all heal up fine. So that's the story of how I destroyed my face. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Also, make sure to comment down below what you think I should do for my next mock. And like always, enjoy the rest of your day. Alright guys, so the shout out of the day goes to BrickedRice. He has an awesome stop motion series called The Saber, I think. It's a really good channel. Make sure you check him out. I'll put a link down in this description below.